city boy born and bred, but actually I love nature. You don't have to go out into the middle of the Nowheresville to find this. You have to care about something. Look at nature. Nature does not have any waste. Waste is only a definition because we don't know what to do with it yet. We only have so much capacity to produce food, so we just have to be more efficient. So we've got Tower Bridge over here, we've got Parliament over there, and the Queen is about there. So this is probably the 11:35 train to South East London. We're underneath the second largest and busiest train station in London. The world has never faced this size population. Like, it just hasn't. You know, we're going to have at least 9.5 billion by 2050. Sustainably feeding the world is probably the biggest challenge that we're going to face. Traditional industrial farming has been one of the most environmentally damaging technologies we've ever done as humans. And that's because we had to, and we knew no better. We need revolutionary processes, but actually the ones that just mimic nature. Look out for nature. She's perfected everything. I had this like building sensation till one day it was just like literally like, F it, I've got to do something. Hi, my name's Kieran Whitaker and I'm the CEO and founder of Entocycle. It could potentially be man's best friend after the bees. This is the protein of the future. The animal supply chain for farming, you know, salmon or chickens or pigs, for example, is relatively the same. You need to feed protein to living organisms to make them grow. We either use predominantly fish meal or soya protein as the two protein sources to feed them. The simple reason why we can't continue is that we just don't have enough. Because we're running out of fish meal, we're starting to go after krill. And then krill is like the base of the food web around the world, in the oceans, and whatever's in the oceans is the base of the food world on the planet. So if we're starting to go down the tropic levels even further, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot in the long term. So this is the insectary, and we have every stage of life. Black soldier flies are, I think, some of the most amazing insects in the world. So in each of these cages we have 2,000 flies. Each female will lay 500 to 900 eggs. We put baby larvae with food waste. So we're looking at beer grains, coffee waste, fruit and vegetables. We then mix it with the exact right amount of insects, leave it, and after 12 days the larvae have grown from, you know, a grain of sand into about an inch-long protein bar. The larvae are just like, you can almost see them grow. There's almost nothing faster in nature that grows like that. We retain 5% of those to repopulate. The 95% we can then dry and then grind the larvae into a protein flour. That protein flour is super high in protein and going to animal feed, pet food, and even feed humans directly. So this is dried, milled protein flour that can go into the product. And now it just has a very nutty flavour. Happy to. It just tastes like flour, like it's really dry. At the end of the day, it's just like, wow. Like, because, you know, we can do so much in so little space with so little. The cycle, the speed of these insects, it's just so phenomenal. There is nothing more efficient per land mass because we're no longer constrained to floor space. We can literally farm these vertically and horizontally at the same time. It doesn't matter whether there is an El Nino, a drought, a flood, we can produce this the same all year round. We're going through this massive agricultural revolution. The whole point of the future of farming is it's going to be controlled and it's going to be anywhere. Farming insects indoors in central London in environmental controlled conditions is just common sense now. Everywhere around the world we need more and more food, and there is lots of waste, and so we can turn that waste into the protein to feed animals. I'm not saying this is going to completely remove traditional farming techniques, but this is going to supplement. There is no losers here, we're just making more from less. This is definitely agriculture without waste. Food of the future will be completely revolutionised how we do it. I like to say the engineers of today are the farmers of tomorrow. You don't have to be a farmer to make food.